What's up, my Essential Units? It's Essential Man here, so back again with another episode review of Hawkeye Series 1, Episode 3. The title of this episode is called Echoes. This was a good episode, halfway there to the end of Series 1 of the show. I'll talk about if they're going to do Series 2 later on in this review. Halfway there until the end of Series 1 of the show, because the show started nearly 2 weeks ago, a week and a half ago. They posted the first 2 episodes of Series 1 of the show, a week and a half ago, and then days ago they posted episode 3 on the Disney Plus app. So far, I think this was a good show. I think the show received about 92% on Rotten Tomatoes. People like the show, but at the same time, people just so far don't like the show. It's a bit of a mixed bag. I think the show could be the weakest show of the year. I don't know, but so far, these Marvel Disney Plus shows, they're good to me. I really like them. Like WandaVision, I like Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Loki, What If, and now this show. I don't think it's the strongest show of the year. I think the top 3 strongest show of the year, the strongest Marvel Disney Plus show of the year has to be, WandaVision, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and What If. Loki, maybe Loki, but I think the top 3 for me has to be, WandaVision, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and What If. Depending, they have a strong second half of Series 1. We don't know. So far it's been a fun show. And let's talk about this episode. It's focused on the character Maya Lopez. Before we get to that, I need a drink, man. I'm stumbling, by the way. And also my throat is a bit dry. Anyway, this episode focuses on the backstory of Echo, aka Maya Lopez, played by, I'm gonna butcher this woman's name, Aliqua Cox. And she's deaf in real life. I looked her up. She is deaf in real life, and this show is her big major role. This is her first major gig as an actress. She's never appeared in TV shows or movies before Hawkeye, so I think she did a good job playing the role as Maya Lopez, Echo. The backstory was good. She is deaf and she spent time with her dad, doing she communicate with sign language. I can't really call it a buzzword, but you can tell it's sending a message to people who's suffering from deafness, who's deaf. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, it's a good thing, Maya and her dad, basically played by Zahn McCarron, communicate. I think young Maya says, why I cannot go to a school with kids like me, and the dad says, impossible. She didn't really say it because, she's deaf. Well, she kind of communicates with sign language, like why I can't go to school with the same kids like me. The dad says no, it's impossible. You said about we can't pay for a deaf school, and I think dad says no. Maybe it's expensive, the deaf school. And also, I think she's not deaf. She has her leg amputated. She's wearing a prosthetic leg. I think that's part of her character. I don't know why maybe she had a disease or cancer as a baby, and instead of spreading it, the disease kind of spread into her body and killing her. She had her leg amputated. So I don't know if it affected her deafness. I don't know. The karate. He had this karate class scene in the beginning of this episode. I think the dad says about your match is more than someone's size and strength. Blah blah blah. There was a guy wearing a black suit. You don't see the face, and touching Maya in the cheek, and it's not like a perfect way. It's kind of like a cute way. People say it's Wilson Fisk. Oh, there's rumors that Vincent D'Onofrio, who plays Wilson Fisk, Kingpin in the Daredevil show, is going to make a cameo. I don't think so. I'll get to that later on in this review. So yeah, it's more focused on her. I think her backstory was good. Some people compare it to Kate's backstory at episode 1. That's different but similar. Maya saw Clint's earpiece, and you can tell Clint's like, you thought like Clint is deaf in this episode, or this show actually. But he doesn't understand Maya, because Maya uses like a lot of sign language. And also you got this person who looks like Kit Harington, the guy who plays Jon Snow in Game of Thrones. You kind of like you kind of like communicate with Maya, because Maya doesn't talk. Deaf, communicate with silent body language. Said about like, what's she doing there? Why she, basically they find out who, there might be Ronan, because Ronan killed Maya's father. Because the backstory when Maya was a kid, that's 2007. I don't know what, I think it was before or after the blip, the Thanos blip, the snap. I don't know. Basically, Clint said to Maya and the gang that Ronan is dead. He got killed by Black Widow. I don't know. Maybe it's like, you can tell it's an aftermath from Black Widow the movie. It just come out early this year. I haven't saw it. It's on the Disney Plus app. I didn't really see it because I had no plans to review Phase 4 movies yet, because it's too recently. We're still in the middle of Phase 4 of the MCU. I might review it next when it comes to an end. That's 2023, but who knows? It's never say never. But anyway, Clint says, Ronan's dead, and I think like his Kazi's speaking speaking for Maya, that she seems like she has something to do with it. Just because she ain't Ronan doesn't mean Ronan's back. And I think like trying to throttle I think like Maya trying to throttle Kate. I think Kate says, you're still mad at me. You'll be lost without me. And I think Clint says, I'm trying to clear your name, but right before you're right through the sky. But went through the building. And I think Kate says, in the end of the last episode, Kate trying to save Clint, went through the roof building. Anyway, so they managed to get out. I don't know who killed. I don't think. Kate said in the diner, says, the tracksuits, link us to Ronan. They cannot drop it. I don't think Clint is the one. I think I think this is before the blip. Not before the blip, or during the blip. Because in Endgames, Clint was killing Japanese mobsters in Japan. Maybe. I heard like speculations. People are comparing this plot, to the Daredevil plot from Series 3. When Matt was killed. I saw bits and pieces of Series 3 of Daredevil that someone is personating Matt, as Daredevil's basically, got the red suit and framing Matt. So that could be probably what this show, someone's framing Clint, or someone, killed Maya's dad. We don't know. The guy who plays Kazi is Freya Free. I looked this guy out. I looked him up on Wikipedia before I'm trying to review this episode. His real name is Francis Martin. I think he looks like Jon Snow. Kit Harington. Anyway, so I like the tracksuit mafia. I think like Clint probably be the one. There might be some theories. Because you probably know who the tracksuit mafia is. They're kind of funny. It's funny that one crony asked Kate about, he was got the monsters, like him and his girlfriend's tickets to see Imagination Dragon, and the girlfriend asked the sister to get with the concept to see Imaginary Dragons. So when Kate says, "At least you're not gonna see Imaginary Dragons," and Kate just probably forgive her, apologize to her, basic skills, and it's just yeah, it was Imaginary Dragon. It's called. I like, and I heard about it. The one song I listened to, it's called I think it's called Monster. It's called. It's good. Anyway, so yeah, the car sequence, the car chase sequence was fucking funny and good. Not funny, it is funny. Basically Kate shooting like different versions of the arrows. Like there was a putty arrow, there was some crappy arrows, like the plunger arrow. It's funny. It's the same. And then later on, after the car chasing scene, like Kate kind of shot the arrow onto Ivan. It didn't hit him. I thought it was gonna explosion, make him explode, all guts and organs. But I don't think they'll go that dark. But I'm guessing it's another plunger arrow. There was an acid arrow. It kind of. I think it was an acid arrow, an explosive arrow, different version of arrows, and then they went to the Christmas tree shop. You got a place to sell Christmas trees, and then you got like and then you got this arrow shoot out some bunch of wires to block the I think it was the car I think it was the truck or the car with the putty, and you got Clint says sorry Santa. It was a inflatable arms waving 2-man Santa. I can't laugh at that. That was a good one. That was the bright spot of this episode. And after that, you can tell they focus more on storytelling. Anyway, so. And also, like, when Clint and Kate kind of shot their arrows, it combined to be a bigger one. I think it blows up or something. I think it blows up some vehicle of one of the tracksuit mafias in it. Not mine, because mine's in the red car. It's funny, when I managed to get out of the car, get out of the warehouse, yeah, Kate says, "Can we take this one?" Yeah, and then Clint says, "We're not going to smash a Challenger 72. And Clint says, "Challenger's always been tolerated." I don't know what he means. Anyway, so we don't know who is Ronan. And also in the end of this episode, they're in I think they're in Jack's house, and they're trying to find the information. Is Jack linked with the tracksuit mafia and Maya? Yeah, Clint says someone's running a bigger operation. People say it's Kingpin. I don't think he will do that too soon. He should have really done it right now, because I don't think he's related to the tracksuit mafia man, Kingpin. I think Kingpin is more corporate. He's more with the suits and ties gangsters instead of the low budget gangsters. I don't know. I don't think it's him. I think it could be Jack. And it's funny that they're in the entry. They're in Jack's house. In the end of the final few seconds of this episode, you basically Jack hold like a samurai sword and like aim it towards Clint. Says, what did he say again? Don't make a move. I think it's don't make a move. I can't remember what he said. I'm guessing that Jack is the one. He's behind mastermind of the tracksuit mafia. I'm guessing he might saw Kate. We don't know, but we'll wait until the final 3 episodes of the series. Anyway, Mike, and also Clint is deaf, and 100% deaf. They say at the same time it'd be easier to aim the arrows that way. But he's still deaf. He couldn't understand what he's saying. When Clint was trying to answer Nathaniel, I think Nate. Nate is the little kid. I'm trying to remember what Clint's children is. Like, I don't remember who they are, because the daughter is Leah, the oldest is Cooper, and the youngest is Nate or Nathaniel. Yeah, it's funny that it's very not depressing, but seeing like Clint couldn't hear, don't understand Nathaniel on the phone because he's deaf. Nathaniel's deaf and Clint's deaf, and then you got Kate kind of helping Clint, write down what Nathaniel say on the phone. say you can't make it before Christmas. I think it's 100% that it's a typical Christmas thing. Like this show is gonna be like typical Christmas stuff you see in movies. Like people are trying to get home or get to that place before Christmas. That's gonna be that's gonna be the whole plot of this episode for Clint, trying to get home, trying to stop the bad guys and get home before Christmas. So that is going to be. I can say 100% that Kate will be joining the Bartons for Christmas. I don't know if the mom behind this, or I don't think Kate's mom Eleanor's gonna get killed off in this show. That'd be stupid. But I think he'll probably get arrested. Behind this situation, the operation. So, anyway, so I think it's more, like in the first half of this episode is focused on the action with the car chasing scene, and then basically like Clint fight Maya. Maya kind of roundhouse kick Clint in the back of the head. His earring aid fall off his ear, and then Maya smashed it, and then. Went to some doctor, Chinese doctor, fixed Clint's hearing aid. Yeah, you can tell he's deaf. I don't know why he's deaf. In the last episode, there was some clips like there's many reason why he lost his hearing, like he got shot in the leg. That's from some clips are from Age of Ultron. I think it was Avengers 1, Age of Ultron, and Endgames. We don't know what's the real reason why Clint lost his hearing. And also, they didn't decide what name of the dog. The dogs, I think in the comics they call it Lucky the pizza dog. So they might be called Lucky, we don't know. And I think Kate called it Pizza Dog, and then and the dog go. He really likes the name. You can tell it's CGI. The dog's face. I think in the comics the dog lost its eye fighting some Russian mafia. I don't know if it's the tracksuit mafia, it must be some different mafia. Anyway, so I think this show, I don't know. I think this show is probably, I think it could likely be setting up another movie. I think it's setting up another movie. I'll get to series 2, later on in this review. I'll talk about it shortly. I think it's I'm gonna tell you right now, but I think they might do a series 2, but I think this is to be a one and only, because I thought like WandaVision's gonna get a second series. Unfortunately, that's setting up the new Doctor Strange movie. The new Doctor Strange movie that comes out next year. What's it called? The multi-universe of madness? It's called the Doctor Strange movie. He's gonna be in that Spider-Man movie. That's also exposing more of the multi-universe. No Way From Home. WandaVision set up the next Doctor Strange movie. Falcon and the Winter Soldier is setting up the next Captain America movie. It's likely it's going to be Captain America and the Winter Soldier. Loki, that's likely setting up a second series. What if maybe they could set up a second series? Don't know. I think this show is setting up a future Avengers movie. I think a young Avengers movie. I think it will take time. That probably won't go see another Avengers movie for probably the next 4 or 5 years. It'd be like 4, 5, 6 years after Endgame. So I think this show is. I think it's 100% that Kate is probably go solo. I think like they're gonna went on their separate ways, because I think this show is basically there's major rumors this show is basically Jeremy Renner's swan song in the MCU. He's been in the MCU for almost 10 years. His first appearance in the MCU was Thor, the first Thor movie. I think it will be his swan song. I think in interview he did a recent interview like hope the show gets a second series, but it might be. But I can see Kate. I think Kate's gonna 100% take up the mantle as the next Hawkeye. I think Clint is going to retire. I think he's had enough of the superhero business, and he's just want to retire, spend time with his family, and basically Kate carry on his legacy as Hawkeye. And also in the diner cafe scene, yeah, Kate is talking about brand issues for Clint. You know, she draw like her like trying to Clint's potential new costume, and it was basically a reference to the Hawkeye. You know, the Hawkeye with the mask in the comics. Yeah, they did that. You know, had Clint wearing the mask in the what's it called, the Avengers. Earth Mightiest Heroes with the mask. I got the reason why they don't do that. You know, have Clint wearing the mask in the live action stuff, because it doesn't really work. Just because it works in the comics and anime cartoons doesn't mean it's gonna happen in live action. Like, you never seen Hugh Jackman wearing the Wolverine yellow suit. I saw it in the alternate ending of the Wolverine, you know, but I don't think that maybe it could work, but I don't. We might see Wolverine wearing the yellow suit in the future. If they're gonna do another Wolverine movie, it'll be someone else. It won't be Hugh Jackman reprise his role. So what's the fucking point getting killed off in Logan? That'd be completely stupid. But I don't. There's major theories that Jeremy Renner's character is done. It's his swan song. I think he's going to get killed off, but I don't think he's going to get killed off. And before we get to that, I'll get to that a little shortly. So yeah, he said to Kate that there's three reasons why he doesn't wear a flashy costume. Like, you know, he said like my job for the last 20 years is not being recognizable. And yeah, he said to Kate that number one it goes. Number two, my wife will divorce me if I wear something like this. And number three, I'm not a role model. You know, I'm just not a role model to anybody. And I think Kate says, you know, you are. You know, you see some stranger, and you see some stranger. You left your family for Christmas. You know, and you're stuck around. I screw up. So I think like some stranger, what Kate referring to her. You know, she's basically, Kate. You know, she's basically, Clint is a role model to Kate. Sorry, Clint and Kate. Jesus Christ, I need a drink again. So before it's a little dry. Yeah. I think Kate's referring to Clint that you're my role model, but I don't know if Clint is the one who killed Maya's father. You know, I don't think Clint is Ronan anymore. Yeah, he was Ronan in Endgames, but I think it's like I think the show's gonna copy the plot from Daredevil from series 3. That's another story another time. But we don't know. I think they could flesh out the character. We're gonna find out who is the real Ronan. It might be Jack. I think Jack is the one killed because I think the evidence might be Jack, because Jack kind of killed Armand in episode 1, and he's holding a samurai sword, and also like he disarmed Kate in the fencing scene in the last episode. It proves that Jack is Ronan. Or Ronan. No, Ronin. I'm trying to say Ronan. Jesus Christ, Ronan. Keep saying Ronan. I'm trying to say Ronin, because they're both names are similar. Ronan is got A-N in the end of his name, and Ronin's got I-N. It's like, it's Ronin, I'm trying to say. But I think Jack is Ronin, 100%, I think Jack will probably get killed off. For the Jack character, it's played by Tony Dalton. I thought it was British, that guy plays Jack, but he speaks in a foreign accent. I thought it was a French accent, but I looked the guy who plays Jack in the show, that he's from Mexico. He's Mexican. I don't know, I don't know, it's just what it is. I don't want to get into it in depth about it. I covered most of it. Yeah, I think I covered most of it, Yeah, I think we're waiting to find out. I don't think Clint will get killed off, man. I don't think he'll get killed off. You imagine Clint get killed off, whether it's Jack or Maya, and then Kate who goes to the Barson's house sad without Clint, saying his dad's dead, and all the kids and the wife be disappointed and upset, and then a few days later it's Christmas. Happy Christmas, folks. Nah, I'll be fucking stupid, and it will probably ruin their Christmas and probably ruin other people's Christmas if they watch the show. And also, and also in the beginning, almost in the beginning of this episode, when basically when Clint says Black Widow kills Ronin, that they didn't believe that Clint, they didn't believe Clint that Black Widow killed Ronin. I think people don't believe that Black Widow's dead. We know. We saw outside the MCU. If you watch Endgames, she's dead. But inside that world, people just don't really know that Black Widow's dead. And also they're trying. I think they're trying to kill off. I think the MCU trying to kill off Hawkeye. They're trying to kill him off. Like they're trying to kill him off in Age of Ultron when Ultron driving the Quinjets and shooting not missiles, but shooting guns in the Quinjet to shoot, trying to shoot Clint, but Quicksilver saved the day. And then in Endgames, Natasha and Clint, they're in Formia to get the Soul Stone, and they also decide who's gonna make the sacrifice. I think it's been months since I reviewed Endgames. I think I'm gonna say it again. I think the reason why you can tell Clint is still not got over the death of Natasha, because they're not really. They're kind of like friends with benefits. They are close friends. They're not really lovers or girlfriends because Clint has a wife. I think the reason why Natasha's made the sacrifice because Clint has a wife and kids. Natasha doesn't. Yeah, she had friends, but she just had nothing. She had nothing else to, she has nothing else. I'm talking about outside the Avengers. She got no friends, no family. I don't know about Florence Pugh's character because, like I said, I don't really see. I haven't saw Black Widow yet. Yeah, I think her character could appear in episode 4 or 5. Florence Pugh. This is probably 100% setting up the Avengers. The young Avenger, the new Avenger. They're gonna set up Avengers Reassemble in the future down the road. So, I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. I think I think I covered most of it. Yeah, I think I completely. Yeah, I think I covered most of it. Yeah, I think this was a good episode. You can tell it's really good. It's really fast, very fast, because the show started nearly 2 weeks ago. It'll be 2 weeks ago on Wednesday. And they posted the first 2 episodes on the Disney Plus app. Like at the start of this review of this episode. Yeah, they posted the first 2 episodes a week and a half ago, and then just a couple of days ago, they upload episode 3. It's very fast, man. They're trying to wrap the show up before Christmas. Trying to end the show before Christmas. I thought it's gonna end at the end of the final week of 2021 because this is before this is a month ago before the show started that I looked it up on Wikipedia that Hawkeye is it's gonna start on the 24th of November and it's gonna end on the 29th of December. So is it 29th? Yeah, 29th of December. So yeah, 24th of November to the 29th of December. The end of 2021. Unfortunately, I think they changed the end date to the 22nd to end at Christmas. It's just what it is. So I think after the show, we got the Moon Knight that comes out. Yeah, it'll be the first show of 2022. I don't think it's in January. The show, I think it will be February or March. We'll get to the Disney Plus shows of 2022. I'm talking about Marvel Disney Plus shows of 2022. In a future video, and then you got the Moon Knight, the She-Hulk show, Miss Marvel setting up the next Captain Marvel movie. I don't think they'll do another series, so it's can't wait for 2022 because you got the new Batman movie, Aquaman. I just can't wait. So anyway, so. Yeah, I think I covered most. I of this episode. I think that's it. I talked about most of it. So yeah, and it's also the shortest episode so far because it lasts. I think mostly it's about 45 minutes. The first two episodes, about close to a quarter of an hour. This is like a half an hour episode. You know, I don't know the time for, you know, every Marvel Disney Plus shows is very inconsistent. You know, it's just what it is. So yeah. I hope you enjoyed my review of episode 3 of the first series of Hawkeye. Leave your thoughts in the comments below, smash the like button, click the bell, subscribe to the Central Man Network on YouTube, be part of the Central Unit for more wrestling videos and more. Stay tuned. Yeah, we'll be back next week. It'll likely be Friday or next weekend for my review of episode 4. You know, and yeah, stay tuned this week for my review of episode 7 of the first series of Titans, because the end of the end reviewing the Hawkeye and the first series of Titans. You know, covering DC and Marvel, you know, two birds of one stone. So yeah, you know, we'll be back next week for episode 4 review of Hawkeye. Like, share, subscribe. We see you next time. Thanks for watching, folks, and I'm out. Peace. Check you later.